Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. I hardly ever get to do something like this, so I'm super excited about it. Check this out. I'm back from South Africa, and I recovered 2 bow lots from 2 different big game animals. And I'm actually going to show you the footage of me getting the animals. It's going to be a sneak peek right now. The full episodes of every single hunt in South Africa is coming out soon, but I'm going to give you the sneak peek of 2 animals in this video we're talking about. But check that out. These are 30-06 recovered projectiles. One from one animal, one from another animal. I'm going to show you the impacts that we filmed, and I'm going to show you the rig that I used. This is an awesome video. I rarely ever get to recover projectiles because most of the stuff that I hunt, big game, speaking wise, is in Tennessee. 100-pound whitetails up in a tree, 30 yards, and in whatever we send at those little Tennessee whitetails, it goes right through them, and you never see the projectile. Well, in South Africa, we were a little bit further distances than 30 yards, and well, I'll talk about each one in detail, and animals much bigger than my little Tennessee whitetail. So what are these? This is Remington's Premier Long Range. It's loaded with a Spear Impact projectile in 30-06. This is literally the box that I took to South Africa. In 30-06, it's 172 grain Spear Impact. So what is a Spear Impact? I'm going to read the marketing right off the website. It says the Spear Impact is a molecularly fused jacket that maximizes weight retention. You can see they didn't explode, which is pretty incredible, you know. I forget the numbers on these, but it's right at around 2,800 feet per second, and they didn't explode into smithereens. They stayed intact. Polymer tip increases downrange energy and initiates low velocity expansion. So here's one of those loaded rounds. You can see it has that polymer tip on it. So the marketing essentially says it's good at short range and long range. It says high ballistic coefficients for flatter trajectories and better long range performance. Close range penetration, good long distance expansion. The BC on this 30-06 round in the G1 scale is a .522. So that's definitely better than the average BC. So if you're looking for a long range 30 cal round, maybe take a look at this stuff. But if you watch the show, which you guys comment stuff all the time, hey, you should have done this, man. And I say, hey, man, where you been? We already did that. So you got to catch the videos. There's new videos every day. But if you missed the video, definitely go check it out. Before I went to South Africa, I showed you a video of me testing this with 30-06 to see what it grouped the best with a hunting factory load. And this stuff is what I come up with, and it grouped great at 100 yards. This is the 30-06 that I took to Africa. This is a Savage impulse-driven hunter. It's a straight pull action, which now after I've hunted with it, I really like that straight pull action. For a follow-up, it's pretty sweet. The problem with a bolt action is you get that torque action, and it gets you off the scope. But this is just after the trigger breaks, take the safety off here, then you can whoop, whoop, and stay on target, and it's actually pretty slick. But like I said, this is a Savage impulse-driven hunter in 30-06. It does have a threaded barrel, so on this one I took to South Africa my Silencer Central Banish backcountry can. It's a lightweight can. It's only 7 ounces and some change, and it works good on 30-06. And you can see in the videos that stuff groups good out of this. So I said, this is what we're taking to Africa. Yeah, and that molecularly fused jacket. They told me, hey, for this big stuff, you probably want to bring a bonded bullet. So it worked out pretty good. The scope, if you haven't seen my full video on this scope, definitely go check it out. But this is a Burris Eliminator 6 built-in rangefinder. Works real slick. I'm just going to leave this set up probably. It works so good. This is an epic hunting rig. It worked great for us in South Africa. But what did we use it on? Took 2 animals with it. I'll pop up some pictures here and we'll throw in some video here. A blue wildebeest, and then also a zebra. So I'm going to show you the footage here. Let me show you the footage of the blue wildebeest. I'll edit it in here. So, you can imagine how it's hard to be stealthy there in South Africa. Essentially, on all of our stocks, we had 5 people. We had me, cameraman, my wife was doing some camera work too, the professional hunter, and a tracker. So 5 people. Where we were hunting definitely was some thick terrain where you could hide behind some bushes and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're being sneaky with 5 people. But you can see on that blue wildebeest, and I'm going to bring it in here and show you kind of the anatomy out of a book here of a blue wildebeest. So, this is actually a really cool book. That blue wildebeest was at 225 yards. You can see how their spine kind of dips down right here. You can see in the video, I hit him right at about there. And it dropped him right where he stood. And here is the projectile that we pulled out of that blue wildebeest. And this was at 225 yards. So you can see what that looks like. We actually pulled this out of the opposite side shoulder. So you can see they have a big old scapula shoulder blade like a whitetail or a mule deer does. It dropped it, presumably shocked the spine, and we pulled this out of the opposite side shoulder blade. Let me show you the other side of this too. If I can keep it from rolling around. Let me put it down on the desk here. You can see how it stayed together, and it definitely deformed it. Put it next to the unfired one just for a little interesting comparison there. Pretty cool. Before and after. Took that out of, like I said, the opposite side shoulder of a blue wildebeest. And again, that is at 225 yards. Now, I know the question everybody's going to ask, what was the retention on it? Well, I've got my scale here for my hand loading that measures in grains, so let's measure it. So again, this is a 172 grain projectile. I already measured this, so I know what it's going to say, but that one, 113. So it started at 172, and after going through a shoulder, presumably through a spine, and being stuck in the opposite side shoulder blade, was at still at 113. Now, the other one was from a zebra, so let me roll in the hunting footage of that zebra. Same result, dropped it right where it stood. The wildebeest was broadside. The zebra was quartering towards almost dead on, but still had the same result with that 30-06. Dropped it right where it stood. So let me roll in that footage right here of the zebra. Ready. Down. All right, so keep in mind that blue wildebeest was at 225 yards. The zebra was closer to 100, give or take. And look at the result of the projectile here. Let me show you. So I'll do a side-by-side. This is the one that was pulled from the blue wildebeest at 225 yards, and you guys saw the weight retention. This one was pulled out of the zebra, and it was at 100 yards. So this one was further away, over 100 yards away, so going slower, probably 150 to 200 feet per second slower maybe. So this one was going faster, which, interestingly enough, I would assume the faster round would break up more, but that's not what happened in real life. And I do have the same picture of a zebra. Obviously, it wasn't broadside. It was almost towards us, but just to give you an image, I hit him in the low neck, if you can imagine his neck up here, right there, almost dead center. So, same thing. What's the weight retention going to be on this one? To the eyeball, it's going to be heavier, and it is, because I already tested this, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I know it already says 0.2, but it'll be okay. I didn't re-zero it. So, weight retention on this one, you can see on the scale, 139, we might as well say 140 grains out of a starting weight of 172 grains. Pretty cool. At the end of the day, we could draw a bunch of conclusions from this, but again, I absolutely love nerding out on stuff like this. It's one thing on paper to sit here and talk about, oh, the box says this is the BC, and oh, the marketing that the people put on the website says that it's a good one for close and far away, but you really shouldn't believe people until you try things for yourself, especially when it comes to BCs and drop at different distances with your barrel length, your setup, your brake, your suppressor, your bipod, your actual loaded bowlots, and worked fantastic for us. So this rig is now got it. It's something special when you have a rig and take it out hunting and it all comes together. It's one thing to be on the bench hitting paper, but when you take it hunting, it takes on a whole nother meaning. You guys that are big game hunters like I am know what I'm talking about. I have almost never gotten rid of any rigs that I've taken big animals with, because it just becomes kind of special to me, if you know what I mean. Some of y'all can understand. But took this rig to South Africa. Everything worked out great. Again, I figured if they put a picture of an elk on the box, it could take a zebra and a blue wildebeest. But we tested these out, the Remington Premier Long Range, 172 grain with those spear impacts. And I kind of showed this in a little video we filmed while we were in South Africa, but they printed that on the box, and it's kind of cool because, hey, the picture they printed on the box actually kind of looks like what happened in real life, huh? But yeah, my opinion, you can take this stuff to the bank. I was very excited to pull these out. Like I said, normally we're hunting little Tennessee whitetail where it doesn't matter what you're using. Core lock to core lock tipped, cup and core bullet, copper bullet, all of them at 30 yards, just go right out the other side. So, I don't think I specifically mentioned it either. The one that we pulled from the zebra was in the opposite side rib. So it was quartering a little bit one way, went in the bottom neck, top chest, and it was caught in the opposite side rib. So pretty cool that these worked as advertised. My very first time hunting with those Remington Premier Long Ranges, but I trusted it from the bench when I sighted it in and group tested it. Then when we got to Africa, I tested it again. Everything was still sighted in, both the 30-06 and the 6.5 Creedmoor that I took. And then we took them hunting. Super excited to bring you guys the full video hunts, so make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned. We got new videos every single day, guys. A lot of you guys have been messaging me, I'm glad you started making videos again. What you talking about, man? I've had a new video every single day for the past 3-4 years. But yeah, we're working hard. Hunting season is upon us. I might have to take some more stuff with this. Like I said, I'm super confident in it. Both of those very large animals dropped right where they stood. No matter what you're hunting with this season, make sure you practice. Make sure when you break that trigger, you know exactly where it's going to impact. Make sure you got a loading, whether it's something like this or whatever your favorite is. I like this a lot now. Make sure you're confident in what you're using. Like I said, I'm super confident, super impressed with this stuff now. Yeah, maybe I should take my elk with this stuff. I don't know. But comment down below. I haven't a cow elk tag. I haven't decided what I'm going to hunt with yet. This would probably be a good one. But I'm going to quit rambling. I'm excited. It's pretty rare that I get to show you guys stuff like this and weigh it out and examine stuff that we actually pull from a big game animal. But like I said, make sure you're subscribed. Got that notification bell rung. We have the full hunt videos coming out. I can't wait to show you. Hey guys, I booked this hunt to South Africa with Big Game Hunting Adventures. They made the entire process super easy, answered all my questions every step of the way. They helped me pick my flights, helped me with my paperwork to take my own rifles. You can hunt with their rifles, but I wanted to take my own. It ended up being super easy to do it. While we were there, we ate the animals that I took, which was super awesome. I had no idea that wildebeest would taste so good. I was the only one there hunting. They only book one hunt at a time. I ended up taking 5 animals, and the entire cost was less than a guided elk hunt out west. I know that because I've had an elk tag 3 times, and I have yet to take an elk. I'm going to try to change that this season, so stay tuned for that. But we were on animals every single day. I had an absolute blast. Go check out Big Game Hunting Adventures and see what all they have to offer. Let me know when you have booked your hunt to South Africa. It was absolutely awesome.
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30 on 6, 10 mil, 50 cap. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot and make a little boom boom. If you like flinging